For centuries, you have been taught that after 6 days of creating the universe, God was tired. So, he took a nap. But what if I told you the creator of the universe never rested a single day in his life? The English translation of Genesis 2 says God rested on the seventh day. But when we look at the original Hebrew text, we uncover an ancient cosmic mystery. Translators used a word that implies physical exhaustion, but the original Hebrew reveals the ultimate symbol of ancient authority. In this episode of Translation Detective, we are opening the case file on the Hebrew word Shavat. We're going to discover why God wasn't catching his breath, how the ancient world actually understood the seventh day, and the mind-blowing reason why God didn't go to sleep. He took his throne. To crack this case, we have to look at the exact weapon used in the cover-up, the English word rest. In modern English, when we say someone rested, we mean they are recovering from fatigue. We picture someone sitting in a recliner after a long day of work. But applying human exhaustion to an omnipotent God creates a massive theological plot hole. When we look at the original Hebrew text of Genesis 2:2, the word used is Shavat. And here is the smoking gun. Shavat does not mean to recover from a hard day's work. It means to cease, to stop, to desist. God didn't stop because he was exhausted. He stopped because the work was flawless. We know this because of the context clues the author left right next to it. Genesis 2:1 uses another crucial Hebrew word, Kalah, which means to complete or to finish. When a master artist paints a masterpiece, they don't stop painting because they suddenly passed out from exhaustion. They put the brush down because the painting is perfect. There is nothing left to add. The stopping declares the completion. When God reached the seventh day, he didn't need a divine siesta. He dropped the mic. But if he didn't go to sleep, what did he do on the seventh day? This is where the English translation robs you of the most powerful, majestic image in the entire Bible. To the ancient Hebrew mind, creation wasn't just about making a bunch of rocks, trees, and animals. The author of Genesis is describing the construction of a cosmic temple. And in the ancient Near East, when a deity finished building their temple, they did one very specific thing. They didn't go to bed. They took their throne. The seventh day wasn't a day of recovery. It was a royal inauguration. God ceased his cosmic construction to take up residence in his universe and rule it. He took his seat. He is completely in charge, and the work is finished. This completely changes how we view the Sabbath today. For centuries, religious tradition has turned the Sabbath into a rigid, exhausting rule about doing absolutely nothing. But the original Hebrew text is inviting you into something so much bigger. Entering God's rest doesn't mean you just take a day off to sleep. It means you stop striving. You stop panicking. You align yourself with the King who is already sitting on the throne, ruling a finished masterpiece. The universe is secure, so you can finally stop trying to control it. The translation cover-up of the Sabbath changed how we view God's power. But there is another translation error in Genesis that completely changes how we view ourselves. Did you know the phrase "made in the image of God" doesn't mean what you think it means? The original Hebrew word uncovers a wild ancient secret about idols and temples. I will be opening that case file in the near future, and you won't want to miss it. Subscribe, and let's keep digging.